bandera roja, David Benavidez.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So in one of my last videos I made on this topic, I played the clip. You guys heard David Benavidez' promoter say it himself, Samson. He said that we would need more than $7 million to fight Demetrius Andrade. Why? Because that's not an easy fight. He's a great fighter. I also told you on that video that apparently Samson and David Benavidez, they're not on the same page, because David, he's been constantly saying he wants the Andrade fight right after the David Lemieux fight. He's saying, let's make it happen. And Jose Benavidez Sr., he just confirmed that they weren't on the same page. And he just completely debunked the notion that they would only take the fight if they're making more than $7 million. Jose Benavidez, he also revealed that PBC offered Canelo Alvarez more than $50 million to take the David Benavidez fight. And the reason why the offer was higher for David Benavidez is because David Benavidez was willing to take a lot less money than Caleb Plant did and Jermall Charlo would have took just to make the fight. In fact, he was willing to take $5 million. And if Canelo would have actually really been negotiating with Benavidez, he might have gotten Benavidez to take even less than that just to secure the fight. Matter of fact, let me quote exactly what Jose Benavidez just said in his recent interview. He said, "We offer Canelo more than $50 million to fight against David, and they simply rejected the offer. We were only going to cash around $5 million, and Canelo was going to pocket the rest of the money. So the money part won't be an issue when it comes to Andrade." Man, I'm telling you guys right now, this is news that Canelo Alvarez did not want to come out. You know what this means? This means that Canelo Alvarez, he was offered the biggest payday of his career to fight his mandatory, David Benavidez. Canelo was also offered the biggest payday of his career to fight his then mandatory at 160, Jermall Charlo. Oh, you want to know how much Canelo made to fight Yildirim? I'm glad you asked. He made $15 million to fight his mandatory, the person he claimed was his mandatory, Yildirim. So either Canelo Alvarez is horrible at math, or he understands how dangerous, how much of a threat David Benavidez and Jermall Charlo are. Boy, that says a lot when the B side, David Benavidez, is willing to give up a part of his purse to Canelo just to make the fight come to fruition. Normally, it's the contrary. Normally, it's the A side, the man who's making all of the money, who says, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and give him a part of my purse just to make this fight happen. Because that's pretty much what happened with the Canelo Alvarez Caleb Plant situation. Canelo was willing to give Caleb Plant whatever he wanted in that fight. That's why Caleb Plant made more money than all of Canelo's previous opponents outside of Gennady Golovkin. Devin Haney is another perfect example of the A side that was willing to give up a part of his purse to make the Jojo Diaz fight. At the last minute, because once again, they were trying to corner Jojo into taking that fight, Devin, he finally said, I'll give him a part of my purse. And that's when DAZN stepped in and said, don't worry, you don't have to do that. We're going to go ahead and give Jojo the extra money he's asking for. And that's how we got that fight. So when it comes to these big offers that Canelo is receiving, let me remind you guys again, we're talking about a mandatory. You're going to make the biggest payday of your career against a mandatory. You guys remember Canelo Alvarez. Why did he fight Yildirim? Or at least why did he tell people he fought Yildirim? Matter of fact, let me go ahead and play this clip for you so you can hear it from Canelo himself. It's so ironic because we know that when Demetrius Andrade called out Canelo, Canelo said he just wants a payday. And in this clip I'm gonna play for you guys, Mike Tyson is asking him about the Yildirim fight. He said, man, what happened, man? You know, the dude didn't come to fight. It looked like he just came for a payday. And this is what Canelo said in response.
One, soon to be 2.
So tell us, man, what's this all about, man? Who's the next guy you planning on fighting? I was at your last fight, man. This guy, the guy didn't come and killed him, man. He went there to make a payday.
No, la verdad es que tenía que enfrentarlo para hacer la meta que tenemos, que es unificar en las 168 libras, pero tenemos esta pelea en mayo que es con Billy Joe Saunders, un gran peleador, y pues seguir colectando los cinturones en las 168 libras.
Yeah, he said it was a mandatory fight for him, and then now he's up to bigger. Now he's going to move up to 168 pounds and beat up with Saunders, and he's looking to just collect more belts and more gold to his resume.
There is absolutely no way Canelo can justify this. You can't say he took the Yildirim fight for money. You can't say he took the fight because it was as mandatory. The only way you can explain this is by telling the truth. He took that fight because it was a guaranteed win, and he has been extremely hesitant to take the Jermall Charlo fight for 6 years because he feels that guy is way too dangerous. It reminds him of fighters like Floyd Mayweather. And then you have the David Benavidez problems. That's too dangerous because now you have a very aggressive fighter who has natural size like Canelo does, so he has the power and he has boxing ability as well. The crazy thing is when it comes to David Benavidez, that would be Canelo Alvarez's version of him fighting the young Canelo Alvarez like Floyd Mayweather was, right? Floyd Mayweather was the old man in the ring, and he had this young, strong lion that was coming after him named Canelo Alvarez. Now Canelo's in the same situation, and he's extremely reluctant to take the fight. Once again, he turned down the fight, according to Jose Benavidez Sr. You cannot be the best fighter in the world if you yourself don't believe that you're the best fighter in the world. That's how being the best works. This is the reason why Terrence Crawford is pound for pound the best fighter in the world, because he actually believes he's the best. And he goes after all of the best fighters. He's been trying to make this Errol Spence fight for years. And he's already said if he can't get the Errol Spence fight, he's moving up to 154, the deepest division in boxing, at least one of them. And he said he wants the winner of Castaño Charlo. This is the way pound for pound fighters think. They don't think like, oh, let me go ahead and make a lot less money to fight Yildirim instead of making a career high fighting the dangerous Charlo or Benavidez or Demetrius Andrade. Listen, there's no doubt about it. A Bivol fight for Canelo Alvarez, it is a really, really good fight. And it's a hell of an upgrade from a Macaboo. There's no doubt about that. But it would make no sense. Why would you move up to 175, fight Bivol first, then come back, move down, and then fight either whoever it's going to be, Golovkin, Charlo, Benavidez? It would make more sense for you to fight these guys at 168, then move up to 175 and fight Bivol, Beterbiev, and whoever else. That's what makes the logical sense. Another point is, when it comes to comparing Canelo to either fighting Benavidez and Charlo to fighting Bivol, Canelo Alvarez fighting Bivol, it doesn't make him look like really, really bad. But what does make Canelo Alvarez look bad is the fact that he could have made way more money fighting Benavidez or Charlo or even Andrade before this possible Bivol fight instead of fighting Yildirim. or rocky fielding. This is what makes Canelo look bad. So we'll see what happens. I mean, it's not official yet. There's still, once again, a possibility that Canelo Alvarez, he can go back to the negotiation table and take either the Benavidez fight or the Charlo fight next. Things are still up in the air, but according to reports, Canelo, he's leaning more towards the Bivol fight, and according to David Benavidez's own father, Canelo completely turned down a $50+ million deal to fight David Benavidez. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, then this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo Diki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodiki.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram. Fellas, I've got some great news for you. If you've lost your hair or have a receding hairline, the time has come when you can finally get your hairline back through a process called scalp micropigmentation. So here's how it works. It's a hair tattoo that replicates the look of your hair follicles when you have fully shaved it down. So to get this hookup, make sure you follow and contact my man Scalp Carolinas on Instagram.